Imagine your best friend suddenly falls mysteriously ill, and the only thing that can save them is a glowing, magical flower that grows on a dangerous hill far, far away. Would you risk everything to get it? Well, one brave little rabbit is about to find out. The morning sun slipped through the tall trees of Greenleaf Forest, scattering golden light across the dew-covered ground. Birds sang from every branch, and a light breeze carried the smell of wet earth. It was a perfect day for fun, and two friends were already making the most of it. Raffi the rabbit bounced through the ferns, his black shirt and blue cargo trousers brushing against the grass. Behind him, Meeko the monkey swung from branch to branch, his dark green waistcoat fluttering as he laughed. "Come on, Slurpoke!" Raffi shouted, dodging between the tree roots. "Slowpoke, you're the one who keeps tripping over your own big feet," Meeko teased, landing beside him with a grin. They raced to a clearing where an old tree held a hanging vine. Together, they swung high above the ground, shouting and laughing. Sometimes they shared fruits. Sometimes they played tag, but every day they promised the same thing. "No matter what happens," Meeko said, "we'll always stick together." "Always," Raffi replied, smiling. As the sun began to set, the two friends lay under the sky, clouds turning orange and pink. Life was simple, happy, and full of little adventures. The next morning, Raffi woke to silence. No laughter, no footsteps. He hopped to Meeko's treehouse and froze. His friend was curled up, shaking and pale. "Meeko, what's wrong?" Raffi whispered. Meeko tried to smile. I just feel tired. My chest hurts." Panic spread through Raffi's heart. He lifted Meeko gently onto his back and hurried through the woods to the pond, where Dr. Tordo, the wise turtle, lived. Dr. Tordo looked at Meeko carefully, pressing his cool flippers against the monkey's forehead. His eyes narrowed. His strength is fading. The forest's energy no longer flows through him. "Can you fix it?" Raffi asked desperately. The turtle sighed. "Only one thing can help. The moonflower. It grows far away on the silver hill beyond the dark river. But it is not easily found. Only the fortunate and the brave ever see it." Raffi's ears lifted. "Then I'll find it." "Raffi, it's a dangerous path," said Dr. Tordo. But the rabbit only tightened his jaw. "He's my friend. I'll go." When Raffi told Meeko his plan, the monkey shook his head weakly. "No, Raffi, don't go alone. What if you get hurt? I can't let you risk yourself for me." Raffi knelt beside him. "You'd do the same for me, so just wait, okay? I'll come back with that flower." He packed his old brown leather satchel, worn and rough, tied with a rope strap. Inside, he placed a few carrots, a flask of water, and the hand-drawn map Dr. Tordo had given him. Taking one last look at his sleeping friend, Raffi whispered, "Hold on, Meeko," as the first rays of dawn broke through the forest. The rabbit set out on his journey. The forest was peaceful at first, sunlight dancing through the leaves, butterflies floating in the air. But as Raffi walked deeper, the trees grew taller, shadows thicker. The chirping of birds faded, replaced by the rustle of unseen creatures. He climbed over fallen logs, squeezed between rocks, crossed trickling streams. Once, a thorn tore his cargo trousers, but he laughed it off. "Nothing stopping me," he said aloud. By noon, the sun blazed high and the air turned heavy. Raffi stopped under a large banyan tree, drinking from his flask. His legs ached, but he kept picturing Miko's smile, the laughter, the games, the promise they made. Evening brought rain. Fat drops splashed against his fur, soaking his shirt. The forest turned slippery and cold. Still, Raffi pressed on, guided by flashes of lightning lighting his path. When the storm finally eased, he found a hollow tree and crawled inside. Outside, frogs croaked, and somewhere an owl hooted. Raffi looked out at the silver moonlight through the hollow's opening and whispered, "Wait for me, Miko. I'm coming." The next morning, Raffi followed the map until he reached the dark river. It was wide, misty, and silent except for the slow lap of water against the shore. A small wooden boat rested nearby, tied to a post of bamboo. Beside it stood an otter, arranging fish into a basket. 3 tiny otter pups squeaked at his feet. "Hello there," Raffi called. "Are you Rowan the boatman?" The otter looked up with kind but tired eyes. "I am. What brings a rabbit to this lonely river?" "I need to cross," said Raffi. "My friend is sick, and I must find the moonflower on the silver hill." Rowan looked toward his children. "Ah, little one, I would help you myself, but my pups are hungry. Their mother is gone hunting, and they wait for their meal. I can't leave them alone now." Raffi's ears drooped. "Oh, I understand." Rowan smiled softly. "But you may take my boat. It's small but steady. Return it when your heart feels light again." Raffi's eyes brightened. "Thank you, Rowan. I promise I'll bring it back." The otter nodded and pushed the boat into the water. "May the river carry your courage." Raffi climbed in, gripping the bamboo oar. The river was calm at first, smooth as glass. Mist swirled around him, turning the world into silver and white. He rowed slowly, watching the moon's reflection shimmer on the surface. Halfway across, a gust of wind rocked the boat. Waves slapped the sides, spraying cold water onto his face. Raffi steadied the oar, heart pounding. "Come on, Raffi, just a little more." After what felt like forever, the boat touched the opposite shore. The rabbit pulled it onto the bank, panting with relief. He looked back across the river and saw Rowan waving, a lantern glowing beside his children. Raffi smiled and whispered, "Thank you, my friend." Beyond the river, the landscape changed. The air turned crisp and the ground sloped upward. Silver mist curled around sharp rocks and twisted roots. The silver hill shimmered faintly, its stones reflecting the moonlight like tiny mirrors. Raffi climbed carefully, using his paws to grip the rough stones. The journey grew harder. Steep cliffs, narrow ledges, cold winds. His legs trembled, but he refused to stop. After hours of climbing, the mist opened to reveal a hidden meadow glowing under the moon. Hundreds of white-blue flowers swayed gently, their petals shining like stars. The moonflowers. Raffi stepped forward, awe in his eyes. They're real, but from the center of the field, a hiss broke the silence. A long silver snake slithered into view, coiling protectively around the nearest flower. Its eyes gleamed like drops of mercury. Raffi froze. The snake raised its head, ready to strike. Thinking fast, Raffi slipped off one of his red sneakers and held it up. The metallic moonlight reflected off the shiny surface, catching the snake's attention. It turned its head toward the light, hissing softly. In that brief moment, Raffi moved quietly to the side, reached out, and plucked a single moonflower. Then, heart racing, he backed away slowly until the snake disappeared into the grass. He placed the flower gently inside his old brown satchel, tied the flap, and looked up at the moon. "I did it, Miko. I'm bringing you home." The journey back was faster but heavier. Every step felt like carrying hope itself. The forest, once dark and frightening, now seemed alive and warm. Birds sang again, sunlight filtered through the canopy, and the air smelled of fresh rain. When Raffi finally reached the pond, Dr. Torto was waiting outside his hut. "You made it?" he asked, astonished. Raffi nodded, pulling the glowing moonflower from his satchel. The doctor took it gently, crushed its petals, and mixed them with clear water in a clay bowl. The liquid shimmered faintly blue. He lifted Miko's head and let him drink. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Miko's breathing eased. His eyes fluttered open. "Raffi," he whispered. "I'm here," said the rabbit softly. "Told you I'd be back." Tears rolled down his furry cheeks. Miko chuckled. "Next time, I'll try not to need one." They looked at the forest around them. The sunlight, the rustling leaves, the gentle hum of life. Raffi reached into his satchel and pulled out a single dried petal from the moonflower. He placed it between them on the grass. "A reminder," he said, "that real friends never stop trying." Miko nodded. Because real friends never stop believing. The two laughed softly as a breeze passed through the trees, scattering the petals like tiny stars. And somewhere by the quiet river, an otter looked up from feeding his children and smiled, as if he knew the story had found its happy ending. In the heart of the forest, two friends proved that love travels farther than fear, and friendship, once planted, blooms forever.